My never I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there. I see them yopo.
Minyaya Nketia home by Heartbeat Real Estate and so El Hanu. Okay, all right.
Me joining NDC 2020.
Okay,
but one of the reasons I am a late Rollins on late news near fracas was the decision I was taking yesterday on person say man na say obi dis can jail in any day. Eba mama ni moya basa basa. Nti the other message by no. Onko na agi mu back. No onko bisa say ban say na Rollins any news near problem no. These are open knowledge. Look, and debi aya metna ha. Na yem bie jam for ngu MPP nko aso. Me, I'm not that kind of politician.
Yeah.
The enye no. Enye. Enu tina yenu bi yesi yeba. Me be your father for all the enye nka yenu bi ye ntiase.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we should embark on witch hunting. No. Not persecution. But say yeba ni yenya incontrovertible evidence. Me nim say we sika. We are ankran asase a. Now be ka kire me say wo di dwanto eba. Yenyi ntuma. Ena ka Mahama no mampa no ni ye. No, NDC ni bi antiase o ye no bi no ye enye politics na ehwe yo.
Yeah.
No. NDC ba no ama me choka can survive. The pen say ye di adanse say NDC ye che na MPP. Kwan benswa. Global Info Analytics Research of the Bay. One of the top 4 issues, corruption count.
Yeah.
Economic, job, education, corruption before health. And to the point we are making is Obian can send this and court. By yeti kromo ha. Enya man for no modi dwanto nam ehemfo bi mo so. Aye betimi abodi grain. Aman for modi ska go bag me kopa chew. Me me ba show we so be ka say. Laboni. Kofi mafia show for say. Omodi akonya ne de be ma NDC. But they will control the next attorney general.
Wakasas.
Me can say we na anteno be testing message by in defense against that. Na se wa point nyiraye. No be who na point ti hu also be ya no. You see, NDC, we should get things clear. We are not saying say NDC and court. But the magnitude and energy and Carolyn person fight here, they know was a father for all. You see, telling us, no, sir, father for all.
I know that I'm person me come no.
Sadly, you know, killing the soul of the party. Because you see, 2024 election now, NPP into me corruption. And this year, Trump card Kesia back on say yeah, corruption, Ghana for him.
Attack the crackers.
Exactly. Omoko abuochire.
Yeah.
And can Japan can say this question say, Fancy 2024 year to abana variables no corruption can we survive or say we will lose?
Yeah.
Until one of the Trump card, yeah, they be winning a banner say, send this young corruption cry, ye campaign my. Send this young for corruption and money manifesto mukwana. Ghana for say ye jina so to obeti MPP. E do yan this in your man defend the idea way. Ye babiewa munte ye mo amonso mo ni MPP for bo game ni mo.
Oh, that game ni jina that game no ho. Idea ba ko some of them the NDC fail to admit na yes say bad not be wo.
Yes.
Woman no mo boa NPP mo we need 2020 elections.
Sure. Baba Kamara. Baba Kamara no ne cry lances. Left fertilizer Toma Dangote no. Nyama be no wanya mo MPP. Was he national security coordinator for Mahama? These are the people who sold the party out. And they are still within with you. And you cannot be late and Mr. Be President Nketia Mahama. These are the people, of course. They were setting up office at Cantonment. Who doesn't know? And this year bahane ye kan. Obians ro obiao. The year can say mistake na in this year no sometime pass no. Mama ye mrende metna ha na ye papa wa wi a. Wako ye wadwen say wadamfu ni ompuna no sade ye nyintum. Enti wo ni MPP bo business no. It will end December 7 2024 because ye wini abani wi a. Ye no bi no go no lobby for anything no. But the year pen say ye na betna ha dwa ye no. Sesi asa abani change a. Obi pointing finger on anybody. Omega say mo na mama ye gina so to abama NDC.
Yeah.
And it's an area when they one catch some will be different from them. How can we be different? To be different, and they say the wafa kwamboni so we sika. What bomb minor po? She said no UK. What when in Guasia biaba? Ghana Japadi wo UK no. Ya koshi sa Japadi no. And he said no mobisu na sadia na ba. What do you do to that person? Governor Bank of Ghana or the 1 year. What 60.8 billion. A bet was what boka to 2027. Na eba power na se nipa o se jeli nipa we ya was a father for all. And then Mahama obedi mampani fane nso edifa. And let me say clear. Because the too many bar. When him said no, be it him in there. Obey also their trouble by NDC. Of course. And it's a means the German. You may change you name now, man for whom I knew. Now you're back. We are near can't say a bayanoa. We won't tolerate it. I know the and the one people business, no, it will end. Because you know, being a bank, grassroots to say, what be your minister, DC, MC, you better the true for officer, and will not take authority from anybody. Because power na ye panel, or you being a tofu money. Some of us are supporting in knowledge and in money. Or better baby, no one yash you. Ye board Bibles, young women, no be the minister.
Na onim se ma meka se menchiro ye kita ye NDC phobia ye ti ha ye adwuma yi se na ye expose government or talk na osro.
Yes, I know the run for. Let me say this. No,
the things we know.
You see, let me tell this. You have power. You see, you don't know me well. You have power. We will police the next NDC government.
Police.
You will police the government. Okay. When you be the minister, now you mistake. You have a true officer. Because at the time I heard the time, you were not part. Me roll the glass and cover more. Because I'm not secured.
Yeah.
My life are in danger.
Is your cry? You advise me to be a
sure. And to say, ya kusa ku when you know, no part in our power. We are this, we see you. Now we are mistaken. You better sure for a brown resignation letter. Because we want the next government to be different. So that you see run for Mama Nimua. So that Samina Mabontina make me roll a glass above from. I want to be proud of the next NDC government.
Ghana from
of course.
And your condition.
No. I don't need that. Then Mohamed shut down the chair. Hoya Mosrino. What do you want to power number? We are Mr. One yet there was a way. I mean to say you better kill for office.
All right. Bernardo do touching no. But then this is supporters. Me appointment John Mahama yeah any party. You can say party appointment on me and as a manager pa. San say so you be able to protect what you amount. Into buy and man can't watch them because Crawford constitute those committees, you know, near the anyway saying, fantastic guys. And what guys are at the end of the day, no, Obetimi don't want to so down.
General Basso.
Yeah,
you know, I didn't support General.
Yeah,
but when the appointment came, I said, no, where you're winning to Mudaho. Yeah, more than need their support.
Yeah.
I dove my heart out for General.
Yeah.
Ye petumi ni enye wia e ma nka ho ye nye tumi ni wia wo de me so part the minister na ye mistake na and me say ye ntwen let him national chairman wo ye be twe for office.
Okay,
but you know NDC is good at that. The NDC is the only party if you remember during the last tenure of the administration, NDC members went all out to list the number of non-performing ministers and they wanted them out.
Yeah.
So when this is
under John Mahama,
yes, so
then sports minister,
yes, but has it happened?
You know that time you
yes, it will not happen in the NPP, right? So NDC is noted at that, and this time because of the treachery that has been committed against Ghana and governance, no, when power comes, would the agree to say they'll pull you out. They will march to your office and pull you out.
Because they
check. Bro.
Take it easy. And Pensobino now is also sitting awake.
Omoye very vigilant. They should make sure say campaign will not start it.
Papa be catch him say watch 2020 elections. Or a former chairman. The way there resources. And the BB elections in the mo. They young crow phone the NPP for ball game. And you see, we are carrying on the same tangent. The things we know, Ebiana will name half. So, you shut down to me, Cassam to be so. I'll be the last person I'm cause confusion, and I say, Mekasama to be so in him. You get it? Because I am more fully to admit, I had 2020 results no door. And I'm be cause so dear, but ultimately rubbish and as ultimately and to two entire results on 2020. So electoral commission, some results in the year 2020. Electoral commission, you know, and now or win elections, you know, at the NPP. Maybe I justified or honor there. But ultimately rubbish the entire resource. Constituency by constituency in 2020. Now go elections, you know, then at the bank Susupuno Eriago. As soon as we be kita. Now no idea how Kwako Susa be do upon a year because Moncrophone baby, let me tell you. Sa pink sheet I since sign before and sign a declaration form no. after 2020 year no ebi enso kumawu send the person no lawyer was see you share so one sign look at sir myopic thinking we say na wajiatum here to by election this year okumawu obi also a lawyer akwa send declaration form a some form dey to oba nyina wie I record this nyina mo obi atene ho ase ansa no append signature but I be see here some man bebresi here at NPP we know we in 2020 no some NDC for bi and a boa wom which we know and go for na boa wom enemies within one more yom crofo a wom kita party card positions and I'm not funny more so the things we know and the attack judiciary as about and do there with the once a year court there about to go. Or the assembly at the court and when you power crunches court no me the electoral commissioner it made listen man's approach electoral commissioner can say to me the ministry am to now electoral commission so na ehye mrade mo man no etu de monya kwadwo sem ne saa na ye bedru hodom sabiga brade yenko your friend saying sabiga
millions
commercial
of money
break
to treat the water before we can pass it through our pipes.
So commercial break.
But sometimes it's difficult to accept the situation. We cannot continue to sit back and allow these things to go on. Looking at what is happening at Akosombo, now people are blaming government, people are blaming VRA, people are blaming NADBO. But these three institutions really did a lot of education right from January. Even in September, they were still talking to their people to move because there was a likelihood they were going to spill in the next week or two. And because of the rainfall patterns have changed, climate change, you cannot anticipate when it will rain. So even if they start spilling on a very gradual note, the rains will also fall and the dams will keep on coming up. We don't want what has happened at Akosombo to happen to us in Accra. The Akosombo spillage, even though VRA, NADMO, the Water Resources Commission came together to educate the people in the community, did simulation exercises with them even at Mepe. Yet they refused to leave. They didn't want to be evacuated. They stayed there till the end when we started spilling. Unfortunately, look at what is happening. And government has to spend millions of money on relief items, on education. The whole area, the water is contaminated. And what Ghana Water and Water Resources Commission would have to spend money, millions of money to treat the water before we can pass it through our pipes. So a stitch in time saves nine. But sometimes it's difficult to accept the situation. We cannot continue to sit back and allow these things to go on. Looking at what is happening at Akosombo, now people are blaming government, people are blaming VRA, people are blaming NADBO. But these three institutions really did a lot of education right from January. Even in September, they were still talking to their people to move because there was a likelihood they were going to spill in the next week or two. And because of the rainfall patterns have changed, climate change, you cannot anticipate when it will rain. So even if they start spilling on a very gradual note, the rains will also fall and the dams will keep on coming up.
What kind of, I don't want to use the word, but look at what we are seeing. And we are citizens of this country. And these drivers, what they cannot do in their own countries, they do it here with impunity. Because we have some of our unpatriotic brothers and sisters who prefer money to protecting our road infrastructure. Because people want money in their pockets. There are people in my own ministry who are involved in this kind of thing. We have a number of Aseidu road centers from here to Paga, a number of them, but they pass through. We have fought this war all these years, and we don't seem to win. There are a lot of corrupt people. There are a lot of thieves in my own ministry. You sack them, you employ new ones, and when they come, the new ones are even worse than those that you sack. What sort of country are we building for ourselves?
The former rector of GIMPA, Professor Stephen Adai, alleged the high levels of corruption by appointees of the current administration.
This road contract will be given to you, provided you put 1 million upfront, or not that when you get your money. Then, and this is what Akufo-Addo must be thinking about, and if he knows about it, must be ashamed of. That now his people demand from you a certain amount before you be considered for the job. Why? Because then when they get it, whether the government pays you or not, they have gotten their money. As if people are in a hurry to loot the country before the end of Akufo-Addo's term.
He acknowledged the possibility of a rebound, but also warned that the journey would be challenging.
One of the greatest disappointments of Nana Akufo-Addo's regime is that, honestly, he raised the hope of Ghanaians. Ghanaians expected that we had gotten the leader with a vision, with the charisma, with the determination. And it seems if he doesn't redeem himself in the next 14 months, he will go down in history of one of the most disappointing leaders. And what the corruption, the arrogance, they think that there is Ghana is for them, and that, you know, without them Ghana would not be there. Even some of them thinking that they should tell us who should be our next president. God forbid.
He questioned government reluctance to address the issue of brain drain, which he believes has led to a crisis in the health and financial sectors.
The nurses and the teachers, who constituted about 75% of public service, will go for loans. And because they were public servants, it was assured. Now they are run away and they can't pay. So have to chase them to London, to America, and that. And so the small banks, I know one which has about 7 million Ghana cedis, they are chasing, they have to write off.
He anticipates that citizens will hold leaders accountable to promote growth and development.
For ye to aso ye guso ademo gina MPP amanjoko na tena ye na monim se party ne ya ho bo akwakoto aba ayi pani a obehim franka de amanjoko na di party ne nim do makọ 2024 elections no na eno no beba so odom ya domu a November bosom ya ye kwakowura mu ne da etoso na omu wie ya na kese January ene ni February ne March no na party ne sa so ba beboa wo no ho akwakoto aba akoyi wo mu a ombegina wo mpesua hodo so ama MPP amanjoko na sa ba no a wo mu omubutu amiem akwakoto no ena do ani chebe bia ni anwanso bekwa abato mpesua so a emrasebe dwani a owo mrasebe gefiem de ma desi a ewo mpotamo no ye onobo Alfredo Bemboatin wo MPP ni ma papa ya sese ja wono ene ejira mrasebe gefiem de ma desi ho no mo no aprempu ntuo di akwakoma wunum na akwakwa yese ake oba sase owura no obekọ bio aso nko bio asechese party no kra no wo ya atwe no ho akwakọ ne ba bi atena na no eno ne nsemtwefo adi nkomo ede kokobo ekwama obi bia wan na adwene so obeba ni anwa so bekọ abato mpesua so ene na ba bepra akonya no ho ewon pipi amanyuku no dem so wo ya no ene wo mo no ho pa obi bia wan na adwene so obeba no ne na ba besia ka bia emo no ho no dollars ya wo boa no gu dem a wo beto apete obeba ni anwa so bekọ abato mpesua no so no enya asem ketoa onabo Alfredo Bemboatin ne nsem a wode atu dwanie.
Minim say day one, and I'm say amount for me bano upon resistance no man. This time they will regroup, get more forces, put their resources together and fight one person. 80 minimum way no so no minimum amount for strength. Minimum be a financial limit. Minimum be a financial limit. Minimum be a financial limit. 80 minimum how much they can easily pull and how when you have maybe 1 million Ghanaians, you can give away ebi a 1,000 enka enti they be call primary nipa be 1,200. The other time a minimum we paid around 3,000 Ghana cedis per person. Enti esan I'm telling you say tikam the be me primary is in dollars and that money has been secured long ago. I must be frank with you, just say enya dia me dem nsa ebe cancer security money aye omo nyina ya na omo ho ya mesrema. I have dollars there for that primaries. What I can tell my delegate is say obi obe contest him just kebi obi to bia I will pay more than that. I know they should take it from me because I have enough money. Omo come home boom to 10,000 per delegate. I'll pay more than 10,000 cedis per delegate. You pay to if they go 20,000, I'll pay more than 20,000 because what I know how much I'll put there. I reserve. It's now this can year in dollars. So the end say.
Observe nti wey honorable Alfred Obey Boateng wo ye mrasebe dwane a owo mrasebe jefie ma de se wo babia ni anwea so be kwa abato mpeso ya so.
He has made a mistake because the survey the system did show that these primaries, if Alan was part, nobody was going to get 50%.
Really?
Yeah, they've done it several times.
But they said the special delegates congress was really something that demonstrated where the winner is actually leading to, and for that matter you even came second and Alan came third. Yeah. which was described as most embarrassing for him.
My brother, let me tell you what went on. Let's see if it will go on like this again with the intimidation, especially in the 5 northern regions, Ashanti region, Volta region. These 7 regions, the intimidation that went on. And again, you have given me opportunity to talk to the delegates well. You know,
messages
super delegates. 900
I'm say enough discussion on so yeah shift your attention ko galamsey fight and I feel so rude minister petition or the you could so investigate Professor 7 a year adai over 1 million a year upfront contracts a year bribery allegations na wakan but ono akasa kraka say ono no the ministry or the SBO akron phone kwa ene gu honom.
I don't want to use the word, but look at what we are seeing. And we are citizens of this country. And these drivers, what they cannot do in their own countries, they do it here with impunity. Because we have some of our own patriotic brothers and sisters who prefer money to protecting our road infrastructure, because people want money in their pockets. There are people in my own ministry who are involved in this kind of thing. We have a number of Aseidu road centers from here to Paga, a number of them, but they pass through. We have fought this war all these years, and we don't seem to win.
PENDREAM TV now so far so good. Say open online portal e work Ghana. Now nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any bias, PENDREAM TV.
What country are we building for ourselves?
Okay.